Yeah. What? You're not real. What? You destroy everything you've got. You mad at me because I smile a lot. You bought a lie and then you tell me it's hot. You wanna fight but you're not ready to ride. I think highly of myself. Baby girl, you don't need nobody else. I think highly of myself. So baby girl, you don't need nobody else. Cooking chicken in the next room, and you don't like my bad attitude. Well baby girl, let me tell you this now. It's not gonna be how it's going down. You think it's funny and it's okay, but all your friends are gonna dash them away. We're ready there, we know the scene. You think it's cool, but I'm being real mean because I think highly of myself. Baby girl, you don't need nobody else. I think highly of myself. So baby girl, you don't need nobody else. So, well, I'm telling you again, it's another story with an end. It always happens and it's always the same. I don't really care cause I ain't in the game. I said I ain't really in your freaking game anymore. I kick the shit in and it's all out the door. Somebody's looking through it in the hallway. I don't wanna hear what you gotta say because I think highly of myself. Baby girl, you don't need nobody else. I think highly of myself. You just destroyed everything at yourself. I think highly. Yeah, cause we see what you do. You destroy everything you've got. Mad at us because we smile a lot. You bought a lie and now you tell me it's hot. You wanna fight but you're not ready to rat. And I know we gonna wipe you away. Now we gonna wipe you away. Say it's a new day.
Johnny Apples, the headphones, what a big mistake in the first days, alright. Yeah, alright. Alright, darling. Yeah. Alright, so the earth is slowing down now. Alright. Yeah, earthquakes underground, yeah. There's a world got me round there. Said I, you intellectually edible. You might be
Soyuz 70S crew is reporting for the exams. Good luck. Thank you. Do you have any questions? No. Alright.
It's disgusting. I'll tell you, I'll see it every
Oleg?
time.
Is your crew ready? Yes. Alright, 15 minutes. And you know that's routine ops with an off-nominal situation. Do you have any questions for the crew? You've got the microphone up. Could you tell us what's going to happen today? Are you worried? Are you excited? It's an exam. Of course we're excited. It is an exam nonetheless. It's going to be routine ops on board with a developed timeline. It's a routine ops timeline. We're going to do payloads, some nominal operations, and we got a question with an off-nominal situation. So for today, we're going to have about 5 off-nominal situations. How long did it take you to prepare for it? 2 years. So, do you have anything else to say about your training? Was it difficult? Was it challenging? Well, let's begin that we were supposed to launch in March, and so we stayed on the ground for 6 months getting ready, and it wasn't easy. So we'll see at the end of the day.
This is something I've been dreaming about since I was a little kid, so I'm really excited for my first flight and also just honored to be a part of this crew. The international partnerships that we have in the space station program is one of my favorite parts of the space station program, so I'm very happy to be here. Thanks.
Could you tell us about the dynamics in your team? I guess you became pretty tight. Maybe your family is already friends. Well, first, we're not a team, we're a crew. And we've been getting ready for this mission for 2 years. And of course, we are a really tight-knit crew. We know each other really well. We are a good crew.
Today, the United States plan to claim a whole planet through the most extraordinary expedition of our time, a flight through space by rocket ship.
I hereby claim Mars in the name of the United States of America.
Baddest adventure that ever happened
with our control teams. And I really...
Boo! Boo! Boo!
We approached this very spectacular site.
With our control teams. And I really...
above it, so that you had the horizon, the lunar module, rarely be seen again, and I remember that most vividly.
I think for me, the most memorable time may not have been one that the happening I was most aware of.
With our control teams. And I really...
created by combinations of volcanism and meteorite impact. Rather than answering many questions, I think it raised many more questions, but certainly our level of understanding was immeasurably increased.
With our control teams. And I really...
is a lot more important than excellence in a particular field. Excellence in whatever field they feel suits them best.
A lot of patience and the ability to cope with things not turning out exactly the way they may perceive that they would ahead of time.
Russia, and has spent almost 6 months in 2004 space shuttle, where he did 3 spacewalks. And then he had this 6-month stay on the International Space Station. Has a lot of other interests. He is a backpacker, a scuba diver, a mountain climber, and
every day that I could, actually, down in the museum, so it's a real privilege to be here. Thanks for letting me come out. One thing that Valerie didn't mention, I came back from the space station just 2 months ago. So this is what a person looks like 2 months after floating around for 5 months in my Earth space. Earth legs back now. I don't think I'm going to throw up on anybody. I'm not going to pass out. And it looks like that. It's a lot bigger. With the solar arrays, it is the size of a football field. It is huge. It is flying around the Earth in orbit about 250 miles up right now. It's been doing that since December of the year 2000. Thing a lot of people don't know is about the size of a 5-bedroom house. So it's actually, for a spaceship, it's the roomiest thing that's ever been built before. One thing a lot of people don't know is to fly in space, you have to be traveling really fast. Otherwise, the gravity of the Earth takes over and will pull you down, and you'll fall into the atmosphere and burn up.
Because you're going so fast. You have to go 17,500 miles an hour to stay in orbit at that altitude. So that's fine.
So with that introduction, why don't we go ahead and start the video. There's always 6 people on board the space station, and we switch out 3 at a time. We had 3 new crew members come up while we were up there. So there's usually 6 people, sometimes just 3. Station, and you have to learn how to speak Russian, fly jets, to fly spacecraft, to do spacewalks. This is one of the biggest swimming pools in the world. This is where we do our spacewalk. Of the space station is submerged underwater, about the size of a 5-bedroom house, size of a football field. It is huge. And we get to know every inch of that thing so that we can get outside if we have to and do an emergency spacewalk and fix something. Before launch, we're in quarantine. They keep us away from everybody. And on the day of launch, you wake up, come out, and a Russian Orthodox priest slaps you in the face. And it looks like that. It's a lot bigger. And it looks like that. Number of the year 2000. And then we're going to lie there in the rocket for a few hours.
Gosh. Shazam! 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 Ollie! Ollie!
Waiting for the launch. We're at the end of almost 3 years of training now. From a dead stop in the middle of Kazakhstan. Event coming up. Thank you all very much. Enjoyed answering your questions. Appreciate it.
I could see there ain't no law of gravity there. And it's on the floor. She says, how about Niagara Falls?
Welcome. Thank you, Bob. Those films bring back some great memories.
And Neil, that was some speech you made when you first stepped on the moon. When did you prepare that?
Actually, I didn't think about that until after we landed on the moon's surface.
Really? You thought that up all by yourself, huh?
Well, it was a little late to call a writer's meeting when you're coming down that ladder.
A pair of bunny eyes. Do-do-do-do-do. Oh, is this a neat way to travel? Isn't it great? Dum-da-dum-dum-dum. Dum-da-dum-dum-dum.
Maybe that's why I never went there. Boy, you're not afraid to face danger, are you?
I'm here.
I could see there ain't no law of gravity there.
Is it unpatriotic to kick an astronaut in the shins?
What did it feel like to be the first man to step on the moon?
Well, we were very worried about our first steps on the moon because some experts had predicted just shortly before launch that we wouldn't be able to hold our weight at all, and we'd just disappear into the dust. And of course, we were really pleased to find out that they were wrong.
Wait a minute. Is that two girls or one girl with two heads? What is it, darling?
We'd like to know when you're going to take the first woman to the moon.
We welcome you with open arms.
Hang on. Yeah. All right. Good show. Okay. Boy, do I like to run up here. I feel like Bugs Bunny. You got the beat. I like to skip along, but me, boy, skip. Or whatever you call it. I can't get my left leg in front of me. Dum-da-dum-dum-dum. Dum-dum-dum-dum. Now, I'll give you a demonstration here, Joe. Roger. Right on. Here it goes. Spectacular demonstration. Oh, well. Enough of that. Lovely. What was that a demonstration of, by the way? It started out to be of gravity, and it wound up being of centrifugal force, I think. Nice soft Navy landing. Man, Tony, you don't know how much fun this has been. We concur, John.
Ollie.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I did. But just study hard and be the best at whatever you want to do. The program will find you. And do you have any advice for youngsters who may want to take over your job someday? Bob, NASA's first 25 years were spectacular. And if they can continue to get young people, I'm certain the next 25 can be even better.
Well, you certainly gave him a great start. Thank you. Neil Armstrong, ladies and gentlemen.
Man, what would you do if your beautiful date told you the earth was flat?
And now, here are the stars of America's Game. Steve Jack and Vanna White.
Hey, why am I here? I'm a
What's your claim to fame?
Yeah, that's it.
And playing for Girls Who Code.
You're playing for Toys for Tots. It's important. And you got other stuff going on. She started, Pat. Yeah.
I'm playing for Oceana, which is the biggest.
And it's June.
My secret identity.
Yeah, that's it. Phrase is the category. Here it comes. And June, give it first spin.
Here we go.
And it's 800.
Okay, I would love a T.
Okay, would you love 6? Okay, so there you go. Now you can buy a vowel if you like.
I'd like to buy an O.
3 O's. You can buy another one.
And I'll do just that. Can I please buy an E?
Good. I like when you announce what you're going to do, and then you do everyone. 500.
Pat, can I see an H?
Sure. 2 H's. Okay, 800.
Can I please see an R?
Yeah, 2 R's.
I would love to buy another vowel, and that vowel would be an A.
I know your trick, trying to just take extra time. It's a trick. And now we're out of vowels, so it's spin or solve from this point on, or you can just stare at it for a while. That might help. You'll bring it to me. 700. 700.
Can I please see a Y?
1 Y. You know, the trick here is don't worry about not knowing the puzzle. Just go a word at a time. You know?
One word at a time, Pat. You've always said it.
Don't point at me, Drew.
You've always said it.
650.
I'd love an M. If you got one, Vanna.
I got one. You're up to $8,000.
Previously.
700.
P.
Yeah, 1 P.
Little by little.
Yep, that's it. I know. 800.
A B?
There's no B.
Sorry.
I mean, it's your turn.
I think I'm going to solve it.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, the Earth looks pretty flat to me.
Yeah, that's it. There you go. Why risk it?
4 or 5.
Top 6 answers on the board. We asked 100 men, what would you do if your beautiful date told you the earth was flat? Take me to the edge.
Rocks, and other science.
Who's it? It's flat, folks. Flat as a pancake.
And that's its shadow, right, Taryn? Yes, that's its shadow. So the onboard navigation camera points straight down, so we're seeing its shadow.
That Ingenuity has performed its first flight of a powered aircraft from another planet.
As we've been talking up here, you can see the whole hurricane, and that's pretty neat to be able to see it. You can see the eye and how it's forming. But one of the things that's interesting about up here, when you see that whole hurricane, you're pretty amazed and you start taking pictures and all of that of it, but then you forget.
If you look into the experiments to prove that the Earth is spinning, all of them failed. Look into it. Look into it. Look into it, man.
But Eddie, I have that.
I went full flat Earth on them. They faked 6 moon landings.
Dude, stop saying that.
If you look into the experiments to prove that the Earth is spinning, all of them failed. Look into it.
Down to 20 years of a continuous human presence on the International Space Station.
Join us next for Artemis, NASA's plan to land the first woman and the next man on the moon and then on to Mars.
If you'll forgive me.
Food is for the last time. Flatline. Neil Tyson need to loosen up his vest.
Visit www.BillGatesWantsToKillUs.com.
So you want to find the farthest point from that center. And it turns out sea level at the equator is farther away from the center. There are people who think Earth is flat.
A little bit of an atmosphere. It has seasons. The day on Mars is 24 and a half. The day on the moon is 14 days of sunlight. It gets very hot. And then 14 days of darkness. It gets very cold.
Billy, if you'll forgive me.
What will we do with those people? With the few exceptions.
Group somersault. Can you do one for me?
I think we can do that, right?
Where the Earth is
flat.
There is no terrestrial globe. The Earth is flat. I didn't want to freak you out.
Nixay, Hicksay. Now these are,
Call me a flesh stuff was earther. 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 Call me a flesh stuff was earther.
But I don't have much patience for anyone who denies that this challenge is real.
realistic.
What's up, Chief? Why the magenta alert? We can talk under the cone of silence.
The cone of silence?
Well, this is a magenta alert, isn't it?
She looks like a regular person, doesn't she, huh? Put him back on.
It's Captain Brotherhood.
Exploration and discovery. It marks an important step in returning American astronauts to the moon.
I'm in history.
At last we can afford to get some new teaching equipment.
Yes, my world map is so old it still shows the Earth is flat. But nobody believes that.
Our current event books say that McKinley is still president. All the images of Antarctica is very clear. Set the record.
It's Captain
Brotherhood.
down with mortgage bills and cars, vaccines for your arms, kids sounding like supercharged, caffeinated hate-filled scars, and rage-quit repertoires, no answers for yards, caught up in emotion that's not even
This morning
yours.
before we came in to do the show, and not only is it true that 16 out of the 30 major nominations were for movies that came out in December, but here's one that will shock you even more. 26 of the 30 major nominations were for movies that came out in the autumn season or later. 4 out of 30 nominations for movies before September. Bull Durham, along with 9 months of other movies, were just simply forgotten. I mean, they talk about the lowering attention span in America. I think that the people out there who go to the movies all the time probably had their brains softened more than anyone else, but then our brains are not softened, so I don't know whether that works or not. We're tougher guys. You know, also, I think that people don't actually see all the films. We know that about it. He thinks it'll probably be Field of Dreams. This is numerology. It's wrong. And we're dead wrong. I think it'll probably be Born on the 4th of July.
You know, I don't have a problem if he does it, but the honesty of it would greatly diminish what I think people thought he was actually doing. And not only that, they made sure to photograph him standing there with a really wide-angle lens, which curves horizontal lines. So in the photo, you see this curvature of Earth's surface, and wow, he's in space. Look at that. No, he's not. At that height, you don't see the curvature of the Earth. If you are 2 millimeters above
gravity could be called a kind of
You
magnet.
just don't.
It's a natural
stuff
force
is
that
flat.
keeps us all from flying off into space.
Children, the Earth is flat.
Say that the world is flat, and someone else says it's flat.
I understand you flew here from Sacramento, so were you able to confirm that the Earth is flat on that airplane?
It did look flat out of my window, but
That stuff is flat.
Admiral Byrd, you've been to both the North Pole and the South Pole. The North Pole and the South Pole. The North Pole and the South Pole.
Comemorou coisas. Eu não disse que era plana.
That stuff is flat.
North Pole and South Pole.
That stuff is flat.
Perfectly flat. Flat.
It's flat.
Absolutely flat.
There was no structure, it was just all at the highest level of would-be entertainment, offbeat entertainment, and it all fell apart because there was no balance to the picture at all. Material that would be rejected on that show, tossed in with these special effects, and it just fell flat. I mean, I don't know if I think what happened...
Scene fell flat. Maybe the same story could have been made into a funny film by another director able to find the punchline.
The cone of silence.
Hello, John. Eek.
Hi, Weird Al. Boy, I'm a big fan. I especially love that video where
you sing one note and we'll be paying some goofballs publishing company from now till the end of forever. Do you want that? Huh? Do you?
That stuff is flat. That stuff is flat. Felix Bump. Flat. That stuff is flat. That stuff is flat.
Flatline, you fooled us for the last time. Flatline, flatline, it's no superior bloodline.
At even extreme altitudes, all in total contradiction to the globe narrative. No curvature down here, no curvature up there, means there is no curvature anywhere. You truly live on a flat and stationary Earth. Enjoy.
That stuff is flat.
So nobody's seen the curvature of the Earth from that height. I just want to make that clear. Okay?
What life was like more than 150 years ago.
The potential of alternating current. One display, they had this huge word, power, and at night there were electrical currents, just, you know, like little bolts of lightning flashing all around this illuminated word.
After this dramatic success, Westinghouse was prepared for his greatest challenge, competing head-to-head with Edison for the
উদ্বোধন করেছিলেন 2011 সালে আর এই বছরের মে থেকে প্রাথমিকভাবে জাতীয় গ্রিডে 200 মেগাওয়াটের বেশি বিদ্যুৎ দিচ্ছে কেন্দ্রটি।
বাংলাদেশ থেকে টাকা জোগাড় করতে হলে বাংলাদেশ থেকে টাকা পাওয়া যায় খুব কম সময়ের জন্য।
তারা আরো বলেছেন অর্থ সংকট আর প্রক্রিয়াগত জটিলতায় অনেক সময় থমকে যায় প্রকল্প। বাংলাদেশের বিদ্যুৎ খাতে দেশি বিদেশি উদ্যোগে এরকম যেসব বড় বড় প্রকল্প hচ্ছে,
naona ni muhimu ya kwamba juu kuna watu wengi ambao wangekuwa na hii uwezo ya kusaidia watu lakini hawana. Vyenye huwa najisikia naona vyenye watu wanasaidika, sio lazima uwe na ile teknolojia kubwa ama uwe you have a 10 degrees ili uweze kujenga stima. Najisikia poa juu hii mambo yenye iko ndani yangu ni kitu ambayo haiwezi katolewa na mtu.
None at all. First, the sheet neutralizes the charges in our laundry softener.
The lubricating substance sort of coats, for lack of a better way to put it, the fibers so that they don't rub against each other.
You can feel the substance. What does this melt in the heat?
It actually just rubs on. So when the clothes toss, this just tosses in with them and it tosses onto the clothes like butter on your popcorn.
One other little secret he told me, one I actually already knew. You use little dryer sheets on your hair in the wintertime if you have some static problems like I do.
Oh, really?
Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah,
Does
and then your
Patrick
hair
have a
smells like
blog?
clean breeze.
Or his own show?
Mm-hmm.
I like Patrick's idea about the aluminum ball. Who knew?
Yeah. Does he have his own show or blog, Heather?
He should, though, shouldn't he?
For sure.
A lot of
No, I
information.
know he doesn't. But I told him he should start a blog and a show.
Yeah.
And he said people come to him all the time with their laundry questions, and he loves talking about it.
Well, I'm glad you found him.
He was great.
Yeah.
Yes, he was. Thank you.
Talk about the flat earth.
So how did you find out that the earth was flat?
I just happened to come around the right people and just doing my own research.
Listen, B.O.B., once and for all. The earth looks flat because
You've never thought about whether the world was
No, because
round?
but I'll tell you what I've thought about, how I'm going to feed my child,
Well, you
how I'm
can
going
do
to take care of
both.
my family. The world flat has never entered into.
We lived in one little plot of land on Earth. We never went anywhere. I would say let's explore. I need a good reason to cross this ocean. Well, because we haven't done it before. How's that for a good reason? We might learn something tomorrow that we don't know today.
We're NASA and we know it.
And so, yes, we're going to Mars. I actually had an astronaut who said something to me a couple days ago, and he said it in front of a bunch of people, so I'll say it again. He says, I was in the White House a few days ago, and the president said, we're going to Mars. That's a pretty cool thing to hear.
Open up the airlock, pop. It's NASA, come on, turn it out. Journey to Red Mars. Journey to Red Mars. It's NASA.
It may be hard to see tonight, but we are all standing under a glass ceiling right now.
accompanied with great difficulty, and both must be enterprised.
Apparently, it is by design that we fight. We seem to be pawns.
Accompanied with great difficulty, and both must be enterprised.
So it goes on and on, the good old game of war, pawn against pawn, stopping the bad guys. While somewhere, some
and cannot be deterred. To solve them for the good of all men. There is no strife. In this decade and do the other thing, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
If you believed they put a man on the moon.
Very important to be developed from the moon. I'm not sure what it is right now.
Look at them, they're everywhere!
Maybe they can see Valley 5th and Spring.
We interrupt the Wednesday afternoon showing of Doughboys in Action with a special news bulletin.
Doggone interruptions.
I'm looking out! Hey!
Interruptions.
The war will be back in just a minute, Arbuckle.
The United States has scored a beat on the Russians.
In case you didn't know, we have a lot of junk floating around Earth.
The International Space Station is a national orbiting laboratory.
The red dots are satellites, the blue dots are rocket bodies, and the gray dots are miscellaneous space debris.
About Earth, and about space, about where we came from, and about where we're going. We're learning more questions to ask. Known knowns, we know what we know what we don't know, and then there's a whole bunch of things that we don't know what we don't know.
It's estimated that there's over 500,000 pieces of space junk floating near Earth. Almost every piece of debris is traveling at speeds of over 17,000 miles per hour.
That way we could sort of work on a flat plane.
The debris is usually created from a rocket launch or satellites crashing into each other.
That triggered the strange behavior of honey.
Astronauts that live in the International Space Station frequently need to take maneuvers to avoid crashing into space debris.
Thinking that the Earth might be flat. That is...
So I don't really know what's going on right now with the Earth is flat.
Thinking that the Earth might be flat. That is...
This Earth is flat thing. That's a hard thing for me to even start talking about because there are so many proofs that this Earth is flat thing. That the Earth
be flat.
I'm sorry about all that, for all the science teachers, everybody coming up to me like, I gotta reteach my whole curriculum. I'm sorry. I apologize. I apologize.
This Earth is flat thing. By bizarre subjects, chemtrails.
This Earth is flat thing.
I think most people think it's flat.
Flat thing. This Earth is flat thing.
And the single greatest achievement anyone has ever invented in the world ever.
This Earth is flat thing.
Things you had to go through. Yeah. Movies usually are about endurance. Prayer. Drinking that carrot juice.
It's unbelievable. This is the beginning. This is a very important process. This directive calls...
This Earth is flat thing. This Earth is flat thing.
On a YouTube thing. And somebody was talking about how they think it's actually possible that the world is flat.
You understand what I'm saying? The world is flat.
What are they trying to figure out? And maybe there's something positive about them that can change me for the better. And if I were in conversation with that person, I hope I would say,
this Earth is flat thing.
You're a mask doctor.
Oh, yes. Yes.
It's a flat world after all. It's a flat world after all.
The world is flat.
are all the same thing. And
It's a simple scientific principle. I hope that you realize that water always seeks its level.
YouTube thing. And somebody was talking about how they think it's actually possible that the world is flat.
Wear a different path. If Columbus had can fly, this whole world might still be flat. Russians and clouds and sea, call it home for you and me. Relax, take it easy. If the world was flat, would you jump off? I think I'd float down. And I don't know why the world ain't flat. Picture you watch animation. See, unless the world is flat.
Each one of those components creates a curvature of the fabric of space and time, just as prescribed by Einstein's general theory of relativity. By pumping energy.
Someone just said the Earth is flat.
Subscribing to things, then click the button to subscribe to my channel.
Future human slave! Yes. Which yes? It has been shown beyond any doubt that you cannot go the speed of light. You can go arbitrarily fast.
Approaching the speed of light, but you can't quite go the speed of light. All the energy you pump in mass. And this seems incredible, but that's relative to something you're going to run into.
In a particle accelerator, or an atom smasher like at CERN in Switzerland, we call it a target.
Why, what do you mean, sir?
Freemasons run the country!
Target.
Ugh.
Target.
Minds in the world believe that the Earth was flat.
Target.
And the rise of sea level, all that extra water is just going to spill over the sides of the flat Earth.
The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain.
Target.
When did you hear me
Have
say?
you ever met Jeff Sessions?
When did you
Have you
hear?
spent
Yes,
10
I
minutes?
have.
Yes, they did. These are the facts actually in the case that they presented. These are the facts.
Target.
If you've retired, you don't have anything to worry about.
Again, all of this probably strikes you as wild-eyed craziness, flat Earth stuff.
On this majestic, flat Earth of ours. Yes, Congressman. And flat.
So it's really hard to believe that this is real.
On this majestic, flat Earth of ours. Well, if it ain't my bestest friend on God's flat Earth.
I want them to be self-sufficient. They need to get out into space.
That stuff is flat.
Kicks and deals. It's a long fly ball going back, and the ball.
And what?
What's his name? Felix.
Children, listen to me. Look around you. All around you. As far as the eye can see, the Earth is flat.
You don't see the curvature of the Earth. You just don't. That stuff is flat.
The Earth is flat.
Oh. Again, all of this probably strikes you as wild-eyed craziness. Flat stuff. Earth stuff. Flat Earth stuff.
And that dude who jumped out of a perfectly good balloon.
The current members of the Flat Earth Society in Congress, they must have been founding members of the Flat Earth Society.
Flat Earth stuff.
Flat Earth. We have Flat Earth Caucus.
To you.
But how do we know the Earth is not flat?
Again, all of this probably strikes you as wild-eyed craziness. Flat Earth stuff.
Sun and I say, flat Earth's bright.
If I use your product, am I going to like the way I look?
I guarantee it.
And they say it like they know it. And anyone who disagrees is a conspiracy, not a flat earth or a flat earth or a flat earth or a
Sun and I say, flat Earth's bright.
Station's ready for the event.
It wasn't a question. I just want to tell everyone, look at your hair.
Earth is flat. Now, I'm looking right out there at...
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
I know.
Oh, yeah, I can do that. Oh, yeah, I can do that. Watch this.
The Earth is flat.
Like that Neil Armstrong guy. Have you seen him on the talk shows?
Neil Armstrong, you mean the first man to walk on the moon?
Talk about a fish story. Man, and they're buying it.
Do you hear me?
The Earth is flat. The Earth is flat.
What an amazing cheat.
Thinks Earth is flat and launch them into space.
And Galileo, you know the guy from Believe the Earth is Flat.
It wasn't a question. I just want to tell everyone. To the flat earthers.
The Earth is flat.
Yep, that's absolutely true. I think our special effects are a little bit better up here, maybe, than in the movie Gravity.
The law of gravity is nonsense. No such law exists. If I think I float, and you think I float.
It kind of flattens out. Yeah.
Flat Earth in flat Earth in flat Earth in Earth is flat. Earth is flat. Earth is flat. Flat Earth in Earth is flat.
Is flat.
Earth is flat. Earth is flat. I'm not representing the globe. Believe me. I'm not representing the globe. I'm representing your country.
24 hours.
And there was much rejoicing.
Now, let me ask you this question. You know this rapper B.O.B.?
Yes.
Do you know him? Okay,
Bob.
he's... Bob? No,
B.O.B.
B.O.B. Okay.
B.O.B. Saget.
So, apparently he's been claiming that the Earth is actually flat. But physicist Neil deGrasse Tyson...
The world is flat. The world is flat. The world is flat. Go right ahead.
The world is flat?
Someone, I'm not mentioning any names, someone at this table had a very similar opinion years ago. We got her a globe.
The world is flat?
Is the world flat?
Is the world flat?
Yes.
I don't know.
What do you think?
I never thought about it, Whoopi. Have
If
a
your
mind.
son says to you, Mom, is the world round or flat?
And I'll have to go, baby, we got to go to the library and find some books.
The world is flat?
I don't appreciate all y'all websites put me on the same site with B.O.B. The earth is...
The world is flat?
Kyrie Irving, who plays for the Cavaliers, he recently said that he believes the world is flat.
The world is flat?
He believes the world is flat.
The world is flat?
Chemicals on your leg.
I don't even think the world is round. What do you think of that?
He believes the world is flat. He believes the world is flat.
Of the Flat Earth Society.
He believes the world is flat.
But if the mainstream media started saying it was round, I might question them. I mean, that's how deceptive these people are, that you really can't believe anything they say. They taint, they twist, they spin.
He believes the world is flat. He believes the world is flat.
She blinded me with science.
Don't
argue with a scientist. Still get chemicals on your leg.
I don't even think the world is round. What do you think of that?
Do you want to jam or something? Yeah, right. Great.
About those who argued that the earth was flat. And for a long period of time, people argued that the earth was flat, even when the evidence, what is fundamentally a flat earth caucus, argue that it just is a hoax. I mean, we have members of the United States Senate who argue that it is a hoax. But that's all they do. They make the argument that it's a hoax. Galileo is, in fact, a hoax. By which we have to do that. This is going to dictate. I mean, there's still some folks out there arguing flat Earth. Policy, but that's always been true all through history. I think. And the two just are not similar. And the rise of sea level, all that extra water is just going to spill over the sides of a flat Earth. We have members of the United States Senate who argue that it, the 9/11 Commission. And just last week, Secretary of State Powell, only Vice President Cheney still insists that the Earth is flat. Because in their view, the extra water is just going to spill out over the sides of a flat Earth. And we need to make clear that those members of the Flat Earth Society is just going to spill over the sides of a flat Earth. The Earth was flat. The Earth was flat. The Earth was flat. The Earth was flat. Is flat. Is flat. Is flat. Is flat. Is flat. Is flat. It's fundamentally a flat Earth caucus. Flat Earth. Earth is flat.
Who apparently belongs to the Flat Earth Sierra Club Society.
Capable of standing heat and stresses.
Flat is flat. When I get out of here. Flat is flat.
This that the Earth is flat.
Flat is flat. Is flat. Is flat.
One, two.
Still I'm wide awake when the day is done. Just a lie that leads me back again. Change my mind when I fell for you. I wanna know what it's like, but I can't pull through. Still I'm wide awake when the day is done.
We did. Go.
don't think it's flat.
Hey, want to listen to some tunes?
Flat Earth is flat, flat Earth ain't right.
Wait, it's all flat. Always has been.
The Earth is flat.
What if the Earth is flat?
What's with everybody saying the world's flat?
Of the Earth is flat.
But is the Earth flat?
And then when you're on Earth, it's flat.
The Earth is flat. The Earth is flat. Your reaction?
See, right.
I support that aspect of it.
Of the flat Earth.
The Earth is flat?
Is the Earth flat? The Earth is not a cube because it has enough stuff. You'll see it'll become a circle.
The Earth is flat.
Yeah.
Earth is flat.
Well, the flat Earth has kind of come from a position that science is only real if it's something that you can verify yourself. Some of the stuff like
The world is flat.
Flat Earth, if the Earth is flat,
Is a flat Earth. World that is flat.
most flat. Flat Earth, that flat Earth. Fascinating stuff.
Science stuff.
I can see the world is flat.
Flat Earth.
Majestic, flat Earth of ours.
That stuff is flat.
Earth is flat.
Right.
Earth is flat. On a flat Earth.
Earth is flat.
Doesn't want you to know.
Is the world flat?
The world was flat.
Y'all know it's a flat, right? Of course it's flat.
We were always told that the world is flat.
Flat, right? The world is flat. Yes, the world is flat. Yes. Flat after all.
The world, she's flat.
The Earth was flat.
World is flat? Like a pancake?
Says it's flat.
Flat Earth into this flat, beautiful land. Flat Earth.
The world is flat.
Flat Earth. They create a universe that is perfectly flat. Flat.
It's flat. The Earth is flat.
Absolutely flat.
Flatline.
The world is flat. Is evidence that NASA faked it. By the way, I watched both of your YouTube videos. I must say, remarkably uncompelling. I gotta tell you, hardly any evidence at all there for me that
that stuff is flat.
The fact that it is, in fact, a flat.
Impossible. Instead, only try to realize the truth. Wait, Skyler, I was medicated. I could have said the world was flat. I could have said the world was flat. You know what I think? I think you accidentally told the truth. You know what I think? I think you accidentally told the truth. I could have said the world was flat. You know what I think? I think you accidentally told the truth. I could have said the world was flat.
Earth is a giant ball of lava with a thin crust on the top, which we think of as like the surface. This thin crust. Big deal.
Have you given any consideration whatsoever to the flat Earth movement?
Ha ha.
But I.
Sure. Fine. It's about the performance package.
What performance package?
We're gonna put rocket thrusters on it. We're gonna put rocket thrusters on it.
For real?
Yes.
What are they gonna burn?
As these globes clearly illustrate.
Picture Earth as a ball.
Do not try and bend the spoon. That's impossible. Instead, only try to realize the truth.
What truth?
There he is, behind the rock. Come on!
It's true.
So it's a question about rule of law. I am going to ask a question.
Ask a question, please.
Charles Hayde and Donald Pleasance star The Great Escape 2, The Untold Story, rated R.
So, wait, hold on. You're like a truther?
Okay, everybody, today I'm going to be showing you what a ball would look like.
To prove the earth is flat. A group of vegan protesters show up at your restaurant, sees it with his own eyes. One thing I don't understand about these flat earthers.
Le temps qu'il raccroche, je traversais et directement, boum, ça a explosé devant moi.
Et je n'ai pas besoin d'un oreiller parce que la tête ne tombe pas. We're going around the moon, or I'm sorry, we're going around the world like the moon goes around the world. Went outside of the museum that you're in on the roof and jumped off the roof, gravity would pull you right down and you'd get hurt. If you ran right across the roof really fast, run all the way across the roof and jumped off, you'd go quite a ways, but you'd still fall and hit the ground. Well, imagine if you could go across that roof so fast that you, as you fell, as you came off the roof, the earth curved underneath you so that you were falling, but you were going so fast
that the earth was curving away from you, so you never actually hit the ground. You just kept falling, and the earth kept curving. You have to go really fast. 500 kilometers a minute. Then you will be weightless, because you'll fall at exactly the same speed that the earth curves.
Nourriture sèche, on manque un réfrigérateur, pas de congélateur ici dans la station pour la nourriture.
Is the crew on board the International Space Station is essentially marooned.
Hi, George. Morning, Terry.
Invented the globe.
Nothing is real.
The country, and treat the country as so much curved earth. And without paying much attention to this.
The highest IQ in North America, and he receives millions of dollars every year from the process of fluoridation.
Oh, where they add fluoride to the water.
Yeah, which he invented.
He invented
and
that.
Patented in the 50s, so he really doesn't have to work at all.
That's amazing.
He also was on the team that came up with sonar.
The man responsible for fluoridation process.
So
it'd be like a guy from the Rotary Club, a guy from the Kiwanis Club, and you.
Up there, and there were the three guys there, my tea time.
He's up. It's not a conspiracy.
Myself included, flat earthers.
The world was flat.
In other breaking news, the world is round, not flat.
Feel not as though it is a sphere we live on, rather an infinite plane which has the illusion of leading yourself back to the point of origin. Once we understand that all the spheres in the skies are just large infinite planes, it will be plain to see
Just give me some truth. I bought a bus a couple summers ago. So when I drive from Florida to California, it seems flat to me.
I see. Okay.
So you ever been in a flight and you get ready to land and you pull up the window and you look?
Yeah.
It seems flat, right?
It's like the deep South Pole, if there was one. There isn't, though.
And now, I'd like to tell you the story.
A new Andy is alive rumor is raging through the internet just over the past 24 hours.
I follow America. That's a matter of how we draw it up. But I feel like with the world, with the Earth, when you stand back and you look at the horizon, you can see curvature. You can actually see it, unlike a dinosaur or something.
Yeah, or if you fly in one direction, you'll come back around, which in a flat world.
I take it they're pressing charges?
Yeah, well, he broke a globe and...
Could be flat, could not be flat. There could be 12 continents. How would you know?
It is photoshopped, but it's has to be.
Newton didn't know. So Newton simply threw his hands up
and said, I don't know, and said, I don't know. So I'm going to invent something called gravitational pull.
What is gravity?
You have no idea. Okay, next question. The world is flat? Flat. When you spin pizza dough, it kind of flattens out.
Get to the edge of the world.
Oh, yeah. It goes like this. The earth is flat. I'm singing a song about the earth being flat. The earth is flat.
As far as I'm concerned, the world could still be flat. And they said earth was flat.
The earth was flat. If you went too far, you would fall off. Now the earth is round. If the shape change again, everybody would have start laugh.
That was interesting. Subscribe to YouTube page, telling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.
Audible.
Wake up, pay attention! Stop acting asleep!
Still water is always level. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There you
He was
go.
also in
Up next.
Happy Gilmore, yeah.
An NBA star thinks NASA faked the moon landing. Finally, the truth comes out. Landing on the moon? You must be a loon. NBA star Steph Curry recently said on a podcast he's not convinced the moon landing really happened.
We ever been to the moon? Nope. They gonna come get us. I don't think so either. Elon Musk is the closest thing we got.
They ain't been on the moon.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm. Stanley, you gotta do research on Stanley Kubrick.
You know what? Steph may be onto something. Maybe the so-called moon landing happened this way. Tyrus, do you think he was being serious? I think he was being serious and then walked it back.
Rover on Mars again, NASA's InSight.
My dog.
Yeah, I think the world's flat. Yeah, moon landing didn't happen. Cast.
Yeah.
Studios with moon landings, it would be better than you could hear the crisping of the tape while President of the United States talks about the moon landing.
Right.
So
There you go.
fake moonwalking.
I happen to believe that the moon exists, Chris, but it's flat.
The moon is flat.
Yes, the moon is flat. Huh?
You just made the news cycle.
Yes, yes.
That's true because they say you always see the same parts of the moon. So,
Yep.
okay.
I've never seen the other side of the moon.
Whatever, the landing was fake.
Then, and 12 astronauts have landed on the moon. But just in case he wasn't kidding,
Yeah.
the facts are Apollo 11, 1969, 6 times we've been to the moon since then, and 12 astronauts have landed on the moon.
Right.
And, look, Richard Branson's going to the moon in private space rocket ships. Maybe Elon Musk would...
Sure. Fine.
Landing on the moon? You must be a loon.
President Trump wants a space force.
I want
It has to be real. We had to have already gone there.
All right, Kat, here's the scary part. Thanks to technology, it will be easier to disbelieve photographs and film evidence because it can be easily manipulated. Any geek in Silicon Valley can place you, Kat, into like some surveillance footage in a parking garage to make you look really embarrassing.
What am I doing in the parking garage?
Something bad. That's my point. So real footage now can't be trusted, and you can manipulate fake footage so it seems real.
I suppose you could do that, but I'd just be happy to have the extra fame from that. It wouldn't really matter what I was doing in the parking garage as long as I could retweet it.
Yes. Landing on the moon? You must be a loon.
I totally think that someone who doesn't think that is crazy, which is exactly why I was like, he can come over.
Good.
And this happened, and nope.
Back to square one.
Yep. Brush. Now, still water is always level. And I think today, let's have still water.
Yeah, I think the world's flat.
Chris, but it's flat. Chris, but it's flat. Chris, but it's flat.
All right, I wrote this rap this morning. This is the kind of mood I'm in. Okay. Check it. What's up, TikTok? Tom Green here. We know the earth is flat. I'm on real like birds. Yes, we know the earth is flat. I'm on real like birds. Yeah, here. That's a lot of words. We know the earth is flat. I'm on real like birds. Shit. So, yeah. They say we never landed on the moon. What you gonna do now that I'm singing in tune? I don't make promises, remain anonymous, surprise you in danger, I'm a hippopotamus. And to my haters, Sagittarius with an abacus, feeding radishes to the savages, still bleeding, fresh out of bandages. My delicious cheese sandwiches, Michael Landon's kids eating cabbages at the little house on the prairie, scary. Like Boba Fett talking on a Blackberry, or Joan Jett rocking out to Nina Cherry. It's ironic, I'm iconic, classic.
He stepped down on Saturday following allegations of personal misconduct and misuse of company assets. He has denied all of those allegations, lost more than a third of its market value over the past 18 months.
Yeah, well, thanks so much for saying that. It's a pleasure to be here. It's sinking a little bit. It's an exciting time on the Villanova campus. We're a school of about 10,000 students total in that direction, because when you look at the savvy of a company like Amazon in aggregating data about consumers.
In 1966, the Star Trek saga began. 33 years later, the story is far from over.
33 years old!
This year. Did you guys see earlier in the show, we introduced you to Karen and Rick? They've waited 33 years for their second date.
And said, okay, we have enough. You know, I'm retired now.
He was just 33 years old.
The second location is the Hideaway Farm, about a mile from the museum. Johnny Cash owned the farm for 33 years and called it the center of his universe.
33, Scottie Pippen, one of the NBA's greatest players of all time. And
what else could one say? 33 years with the smartest, hippest.
Here at 2.5 atmosphere, somewhere deep below the sea. This you should never try at home. Pythagoras. Ah, got a nice little fizz to it.
A
It's all right.
plus B squared
There we
equals
go.
flat coast.
One of the advantages of living under the ocean. Thank you.
Would you please welcome a Charleston, West Virginia native who played the game with incredible flair. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, of the lovely number 33.
And respond to hostage and related incidents. When we first encounter a subject who's in crisis, my decision in becoming a hostage negotiator was really the safest way, and we get to go home at night.
His special needs didn't stand in the way of more than 30 years on the job.
Well, Stephen, after those more than 30 years, it's impossible to know how many people Daniel Liebrandt has served. But we can promise you this: wishes for a job well done, and a reminder to all of the value and joy of work.
He just loves to work, loves to be a part of the community.
Well, Daniel's next stop will be Munising. That's where he plans to spend a lot of time on the beach on his brand new Detroit Tigers towel.
Yes.
Can you see?
Oh my goodness.
Wow, can you see, Larry?
Yes.
A man gets bionic eyes and is able to see again after 33 years. I'm Kat Jovi and I have all the eye-opening details for you right here on I.O.
An international activist has been nominated 6 times, 6 years in a row for the Nobel Peace Prize and will be 65 this September, marking his 33rd year in prison. Jehan Hafiz, APTVS, Washington.
Out to honor the big guy by encasing his jersey in glass, never again to be worn by another Laker. And there was a certain magic in the air at the Forum.
Take a moment to recognize our colleague here at Channel 8, Sean McKay. He loves this. This week marks his 33rd year here at WFAA.
Hey, nice day today.
A little hot again.
A little hot.
Yeah.
It's June, Marie.
I know.
Did you think it was going to be cool?
No. A girl can
You know, I always think.
But he's about building character, about student athletes here at the university. I mean, he is a mentor for our coaches, for our students, and I will say for our administration as well. He is part and parcel of what this athletic program is all about. So in honor of John Cunningham, of JC, we think it is appropriate as we dedicate Cunningham Field tonight, if you would please look out towards the Cunningham Field sign. For the first time in our program's history, I want you to know that no athlete or coach will ever wear the number 33 again.
Daughter the shot! Give my daughter the shot! Give my daughter the shot!
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Perez, the queen of all media, in front of my castle, and I am at my 33rd birthday party, which this year I'm calling my blue ball, hence I'm in all blue, and everybody arriving is in blue as well.
For Christopher Reddy's arrival at the ISS.
In 2014, we launched about 33 of them, all out from the space station.
Hello, Flat Earth, brothers and sisters.
So I wanted to, first of all, say 33 years and sing a song.
Get the VIP 'cause I'm a 33.
You're listening to The Voluntary Life, where you can hear ideas for finding freedom in an unfree world.
Happy birthday, you're 33. Happy birthday.
Well, you know what you've been gone only 12 lonely hours. You know it seemed like 33 years.
33 years, 12,053 days, 289,278 hours, 17,356,680 minutes, 1,041,400,800 seconds.
It's been 33 wonderful years at FAC, but the journey doesn't end here. We are making room for future generations at our brand new facility, 1331 William Blount Drive, projected to open soon. 80,000 square feet of classrooms, offices, gymnasiums, and auditoriums, all used for one purpose.
1983. That's crazy. That's 33 years ago. So 33 years later, they thought they would go ahead and remake
Mason. What you doing, Mason? 33. Where you going, Mason? What you gonna do? What you gonna see? What you doing, Mason? 33. What you doing, Mason? Let it G. What you doing, Mason? What you doing? Where you going, Mason? What you doing? What you doing, Mason? What you doing? Where you going, Mason? What kind of stuff are you making? What you doing, Mason? 33. What you doing, Mason? 33. Just hanging around with spheres, between them is a nice little random piece of pine cone. Why you like a third so much, huh, Mason? Figured out. What you doing? What you brewing? Where you taking us? What you losing? Lose my mind. Who made me? Where you going? Who made this? What is it? I see you, Mason. What's up with the symbolism, Mason? Special school. What you doing, Mason? 33. What you doing, Mason? 33. What you doing, Mason? Where you going, Mason? Where you doing? Who you chasing? What you brewing? What you thinking? What you drinking? What you thinking? Mason, what you doing, Mason? 33. Where you going, Mason? Without me. Everywhere with the symbolism, making hypnotism, trying to beat us with our own brains and our own minds, thinking we're the ones insane. 33. What you doing, Mason? 33. What is it? Where is it? Hidden in this circle of the world. Or is it a square? Circle in the sky, triangles up, asking please why am I in this realm? What you doing, Mason? What you doing, Mason? Where you going? Take us again. It's a big club. What you doing, Mason? You ain't in.
Ewing with the spin. Ewing, yes! 1/8 seconds.
What's your problem?
A little deeper or a little farther, it's conditionally true. It's conditionally
Correct.
true.
Because they know it's flat. Because can't you see? Take a coin. The head side is a different side from the tail side. And yet the two are inseparable.
Yeah.
That's right. There are no absolute truths.
Right.
That's right.
Of course, it's really expensive to get video of telescopes in space. Yeah.
That's right. There are no absolute truths.
Right.
That's right.
And there was much rejoicing.
It was very close.
Circumnavigation is really just a flat circle path. Gravity as we know it simply doesn't exist.
The sailor thinks that he's traveling around the Earth this way, when in effect he's traveling around the Earth this way. And he's creating a circle. He's moving in a continuous direction around. He goes through the various parts of the circle, and he comes back where he started from, swung around this way.
One of heliocentrists' favorite supposed proofs of their ball Earth theory.
Dude, people waste so much time. I tweet back in all caps, no, he doesn't.
Okay.
You have a tub of Jell-O there, and we're Jell-O.
Oh, we're Jell-O. Absolutely.
An amateur space explorer has been contacted by NASA after taking breathtaking footage of the Earth at a cost of just £500. Robert Harrison took this video using a digital camera mounted on a weather balloon. It reached heights of 35 kilometres or 22 miles above the Earth's surface. Mr. Harrison says NASA told him it would have cost them millions of pounds to capture the same images.
Freedom. Japan has freedom. The UK, France, Italy, Germany, Spain, Australia, Belgium has freedom. So 207 sovereign states in the world, like 180 of them have freedom. All right. And yeah, you, sorority girl, just in case you accidentally wander into a voting booth one day, there's some things you should know. And one of them is there is absolutely no evidence to support the statement that we're the greatest country in the world. So when you ask what makes us the greatest country in the world, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. First step in solving any problem is recognizing there is one. We at war.
Take a seat, please.
Well, what I don't get is around. You don't believe that, do you, Tommy? Flat tops, flat tops, flat tops.
Run off in the bushes trying to
flat tops.
We stick to the local stuff.
Flat tops, flat tops. I'm walking on it. Flat tops. Flying away. Flat tops.
Back, everybody. We're back with Donald Rumsfeld. Okay.
Flat tops.
You know, if I had the right stuff.
All that stuff, that's good, that's good.
Flat tops.
That's okay?
That's okay.
To other levels.
Not good. So I'm going to cook these kind of over a lower heat. I'll flip them over and we'll see what they look like when they're all nice and brown. So don't go away.
Flat top.
Employed astronaut, small business.
You know, there are some guys who are doing that, but they're mainly really rich guys.
Well, I guess
people, and then you gotta, you figure all that stuff out.
so
I just pretend.
Yeah.
I just close my eyes and pretend I'm still in space.
Flat top.
You know, maybe a little bit. Yeah. Like you could go to the fun fair and get,
Flat top.
Still flying airplanes.
Right.
Can still go on amusement park rides. Although I stay away from the ones that have to do with space. I wasn't paying attention.
The only thing you have to do is a Space Mountain at Disneyland. You have to.
Do you really?
Oh, yeah. So what's going on with NASA right now, then? What are you guys doing?
In Burbank. Well, we are still flying people in space.
Yeah.
Coffee mugs.
Patches. And little patches and stuff.
Pins.
Oh, yeah. And also...
Two of my friends are in space now. Don Pettit. It's now Don Pettit in Burbank. In Burbank.
And Burbank.
Yeah. You meet a helicopter pilot. Those things are like something Da Vinci came up with. And I don't see how, how does that thing fly? It's a mystery. I'd rather be in an airplane.
Space shuttle? Yeah.
I'd rather be in a rocket full of rocket fuel.
That's not dangerous at all.
No.
Space shuttle's done as well.
In Burbank. Interesting guy. It's Fred Hayes. If you remember the Apollo 13 movie?
Yeah.
He was in the Apollo. He was the guy who was one of the Apollo 13 astronauts.
Right.
He stayed with NASA after the Apollo program. Oh no! I'm not a legend of aviation.
Oh, yeah. Don't even tell me. I heard it. So what are NASA doing now then? What are you guys doing?
And then we're hoping to go beyond low Earth orbit, which means places like the moon in Burbank, or to Mars in Burbank.
Yeah.
I think that's why the moon is there, in Burbank. In Burbank.
Decisions that get made today, 15 years from now.
That's true.
But that leads me to your most famous saying, which is talking about uncertainty in the world. That there are known knowns, things we know, and tell me if I get this wrong, because I know this is your baby. There are known unknowns, things we know that we don't know. And there are also unknown unknowns.
In Burbank.
Choose not to know them or not let other people know we know.
Always a risk that people looking at government will come to conclusions that they may not be right.
Hey, it's me. Hi, it's me. Really.
1, 2. Sweet dreams are made of the
Have you given any consideration whatsoever to the flat Earth movement?
Haha, works for them. Sure.
Talk about, first of all, the Earth's not flat. You know what I mean? Except for I can't say that from my own experience. I guess. I have flown in an airplane, and I don't know if I've ever been high enough to see the curvature of the Earth. Have you? Can you really see it? I feel like you can.
I have no clue.
So I don't want to, say anything, but Bryce Mitchell is 100% set that the Earth is flat. Here we got a comment. I'm flat Earth. I'm just wondering, what's the official line on why the water doesn't spill over the side? Bryce says, 200-foot tall ice wall, brother. Look up the pic there on Google. Antarctica ain't a continent. It's an ice wall that surrounds us, brother. That's why it's illegal to travel to Antarctica. There is no South Pole. So, a lot of people think I don't like Bryce Mitchell, but the truth is I want to be Bryce Mitchell. I got 6 chickens and a tortoise. Right. You know what I mean? So, what do you think about the Earth being flat? What's your opinion?
I don't even really have an opinion. I feel like it's just...
I'll tell you this. I listened to an Audible book on Audible, and it was about going to the moon and the astronauts, and it was the actual communications, and it was really interesting. I listened to it a while ago, but I'm like, those guys could have been actors, you know what I mean? It could have been completely fake. It's just I don't know.
I feel like I just have to go to space, see for myself. I'm gonna believe whatever the scientists say. So it might be.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you can't go to Antarctica.
Right. You could think that for sure. I'm founded at the start of this. We were talking about flat Earth, tortoises. I don't even know.
Paper sign. Really, nobody gets it automatically. Even I don't. I do the commercials.
On the schoolroom maps.
Bill Harkeby. Yes, my world map is so old it still shows the Earth is flat. But
now we gotta find a way to straighten the world up.
But how?
But I discovered that the people who love are what we need if we get up above it all. And that's that, unless the world is flat.
People don't want to know what the truth is because they could never, ever handle it. They would be too devastated.
Did people go to the moon or not?
The moon landing was faked. True?
That's correct.
On the moon? We were faking it.
And it's stuff. It's stuff.
You misrepresented myself?
Away from me.
Why has nobody been to the moon in such a long time?
That's not an 8-year-old's question. That's my question. I want to know, but I think I know. Because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened.
I mean, that paints a picture. 50.
You said that,
Okay.
I didn't.
At any point, were you afraid at all when you were up there?
No point in worrying about something that hadn't happened yet. Some people are, and we need them. They're called explorers.
But you're an explorer.
Well, yeah, I'm
Explorer of numbers, circles.
very surface with little things sticking up, sand, real fine. But it wasn't flat like it had been washed up. Fairly flat like it had been washed up.
You has heard about the moon and about space. You better learn about these things from my man Buzz Lightyear here. So you better realize that these things is important.
The only limit.
On low Earth orbit.
A set of crew flights will test and prove the systems required for
Sand, real fine. But it wasn't flat like it had been washed up.
I think it's quite astonishing that there should be an area as big as that unexplored.
America in space.
Flat Earth, 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 flat Earth.
With horror, anger.
Flat Earth, 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 flat Earth.
And grief. Ready to loot, rob, attack, and menace. Chaos are the mission at hand. Already been arrested and charged with murder. State and federal authorities are carrying out an investigation to see what further charges may be warranted, including against, sadly, the other three.
Flat Earth, 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 flat Earth.
The Earth is flat. The Earth is flat.
A charming boy, darling. Why don't you forget all this? I'll set you up with a nice little Fiat agency over in West Barcelona.
I stopped paying attention to that boys when he said the world was flat.
That stuff is flat.
The world is flat. The Earth is flat. The Earth is flat. World is flat. The Earth is flat.
Try to show people.
Have you heard the flat earther people?
It works.
I don't follow everybody when it's time to rap. At one time, everybody thought the world was flat. Sounds like you, that was my intention. I paid dues, now dudes pay attention.
International Space Station. And how
world was flat.
Strawberries. That's strawberries.
And little brown balls.
Little brown ball. A space taco. A space taco.
Space taco.
Follow everybody when it's time to rap. At one time, everybody thought the world was flat.
I started out as a rapper, so I wish I could make my microphone do that.
Muscle atrophy and the changes in our bones.
Simple basics, right? So you on Earth.
On Earth.
So you on Earth.
On Earth. On Earth. On Earth. Earth.
People have to poop. You're like, it's important to poop.
I don't follow everybody when it's time to rap. At one time, everybody thought the world was flat.
And Sun said it takes me an hour and a half to get around the planet once.
Wow.
The planet once.
Wow. 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 For this, you know, wow.
From the vacuum and darkness of space.
Wow. What is the shape of the space? What is the shape of the space? What is the shape of the space? What is the shape of the spaceship called? What is the shape of the space? What is the shape of the spaceship called? What is the shape of the spaceship called Earth?
It's pretty darn round from my viewpoint, and it's there's no doubt about it. It's there's no doubt about it. We're going around and round.
Thank you for this. You know, when.
No, that is fantastic. Thank you very much for your time. Thanks, sir. Take care.
And,
that's crazy.
Empathy. You get inside the character. You can see this guy desperately trying to make sense out of things and trying to push out what he's trying to say to people who really aren't listening and who are dismissing him.
I didn't have it because I couldn't take it long. A big disagreement. We've had them before.
No.
Just YouTube it.
If Jermaine said it, it's got to be true.
Sure. I don't lie.
Layered, right?
No, the pressure hole itself, the thing that actually protects you by keeping your atmosphere in, it's about 1/10 of an inch thick.
That's not very thick.
It's not very thick. Got this really awful green paint on the inside. It's an anti-corrosion aircraft kind of thing for aluminum prep, right? And then you got 1/10 of an inch of aluminum.
Right.
And then there's some
that's important because that's your pressure layer.
That's your pressure layer. That's what keeps you alive.
That's
and then they've machined this waffle pattern in. So you have little ridges that are left. It almost looks like a waffle. I guess that's why they call it the waffle pattern, right? And that adds
it's
extra.
Like a Waffle House of space station.
Yeah.
It's the Waffle House.
He said they're dynamic O-rings. That means there's a shaft running through it, actually rubbing on the O-ring.
This time you're going to get stuck. 33. 33! Wait a minute. Don't choke those dice. Leave some air in there. Let them breathe. Let them breathe. That was a 6.
That was a 6. You lose. What'd you roll the first time?
6. You in that clubhouse. Shake them up. 3. 3. You lose. Go ahead.
Here I go.
Go ahead.
Whee!
11.
Hey, you never said nothing about 11.
Oh, yes. That's right. Well, 11 don't mean anything. Here we go now.
11!
11. That's a natural.
11 don't count. You get another chance.
That's 3 bananas.
This is 3 bananas?
Yeah.
It's not okay to think that the Earth is flat.
It's not okay
to think that the Earth is flat. This is not a viable argument. I actually said this to somebody, and I couldn't believe they'd never thought of it. That, you know, with binoculars you can see planets. You can see Saturn and Jupiter. You can see Mars with a telescope, the sun, the moon. Everything else you see in the solar system is a sphere. Everything else you see in the solar system is a sphere. Everything else you see in the solar system is a sphere. Everything else you see in the solar system is a sphere. Everything else you see in the solar system is a sphere. Everything else you see in the solar system is a sphere. Everything else you see in the solar system is a sphere. Everything else you see in the solar system is a sphere. Everything else you see in the solar system is a sphere. Everything else you see in the solar system is a sphere. Everything else you see in the solar system is a sphere. Everything else you see in the solar system is a sphere. Everything else you see in the solar system is a sphere. Everything else you see in the solar system is a sphere. Everything else you see in the solar system is a sphere. Everything else you see in the solar system is a sphere. Everything else you see in the solar system is a sphere. Everything else you see in the solar system is a sphere. So we're the one thing that is different?
So we're the one thing that is different, you know, and that actually made somebody who was more interested in actually hearing information. That actually got them to think. They're like, you're right.
You know, everything else we take a picture of is a sphere.
Buzz Aldrin. Welcome, Buzz. Thank you so much for being here. Good to be here again. Always an honor to talk to you, Buzz. Now, Buzz, thank you for being here. You have a new book. It's called The Moon Landing Was Not Faked. True?
We don't make mistakes.
It's a ridiculous rumor. The moon landing was not faked.
The moon landing happened exactly the way the whole world saw it.
Faked. See, everybody, there's no reason to ever say that again. There's no reason to ever say that again. And there are no more secrets to be exposed about the moon.
I wouldn't say that.
What do you mean, Buzz?
This is a segment where viewers try to find mistakes on our show, okay? Thinks he caught a mistake.
Man on the moon, so that's an error.
Thank you, Conan, for letting me set the record straight. Screw up, punk. Screw up, punk.
Well, let's talk about this, because this is fascinating. I remember very clearly, I think anybody who was alive at the time does. I remember my parents waking me up, and we went down and we watched you guys land on the moon,
No, you didn't.
What?
Because there wasn't any television. There wasn't anybody taking a picture. You watched animation. So you associated what you saw with...
I have very hazy memories.
Saturn V rocket, and as the vapor starts to jet from the valves, I sense a boom in the offing.
Can you feel it?
We call this the EZLS, or Enhanced Zero Gravity Locomotion Simulator. We can simulate the ISS. We can actually float this on a film of air, on air bearings, so it reacts to the footfalls of our human test subjects, our human volunteers that we appreciate so much. So we can really get a good simulation of what the So one of the success stories to come out of this lab is a new, more ergonomic, more comfortable harness that was developed with our collaborators at the Cleveland Clinic. And the crew members were coming back from the expeditions with complaints of the previous harness design, of causing discomfort. And so we worked with the clinic and our engineer to develop a new and better design. So that design was tested here in the simulator, and great feedback from the crew, and we transitioned to operations, and now the crew members each get a what's called a Glen harness, and that was developed right here.
Yes, a mutiny. The captain thinks the world is around, see? But we all know it's a flat, right?
Of course it's flat. Sure, I know the world is flat.
Well, so do I. Everybody knows that.
Good, good.
So we are taking that capability and we're benchmarking it for our next generation designs for missions to Mars, Mars Transit, these long duration missions. All of that is being taken, and the ultimate, well, the goal for towards the end of the decade for Space Station is to bring that all together in an integrated, optimized countermeasure suite, which will be our best designs.
Right, sure, it's round.
What town, sir?
What town? Why, that's easy. Now, there's the whole flat world as we know it.
Flat, round, Columbo, the world she's flat. The world she's around. She's flat. All the time prove. Approve a schmoove, she's around. Don't let your spaghetti boil over, Chris. I'll prove it for you. How you gonna prove?
I think the world was flat.
Facts, the truth.
Air show to a close. The decision to return non-stop to Beale Air Force Base by way of Los Angeles was announced. No record existed for this flight, although the airlines fly it regularly in 12 to 14 hours. The SR-71, designed a decade ago, with thousands of hours above Mach 3 to its credit, flying reconnaissance missions in the defense of the United States.
No sugar for your coffee, no coffee for your cream. No lover that knows what you mean. You get lost living in doubt your dreams. Everyone is bursting at the seams, but it's good enough for you. Oh, baby, is it good enough for you? I walked into the jungle, walked out with my flesh. All my clothes gone and only I was left. I saw you sipping tea at the cafe across the street. You took my hand and wouldn't let me speak, but baby, is that good enough for you? Oh, baby, is that good enough for you? Oh, baby, is that good enough for you? Oh, baby, is that good enough for you? Yeah, give you $5 and if you give them 10, take you out to dinner, baby, but they already meant. Get you a new car that done been wrecked. Play the game and ask you for